Hi students, welcome back to Algebra 1, Day 5. Today we're going to solve proportional equations. Alright, let's get started here with question 1. So for question 1, I have x out of 5 equals to 4 out of 30. So right here what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross multiply, because that's how we solve proportional equations. So here I have 30 times x, which is just going to be 30x, equals to 4 times 15. I'm going to get 30x is equal to 60. So x is going to be equal to 2, since I'm dividing both sides by 30 to get 2. I'm going to move on now to question 2. Now in question 2, again, I'm going to cross multiply. I have 2x out of 3 equals to 8 out of 9. So here, I'll do 9 multiply 2x. And here I have 8 times 3. Okay, so right here, let's do 9 times 2x first. That's going to be 18x. 8 times 3, that's going to be 24. Alright, and now we move on to 24 divided by 18. I can simplify this to get 4 out of 3. And that's my final answer here. Moving on to question 3, I have 3x out of 10 equals to 5 out of 6. So here, let's do 6 times 3x and 5 times 10. 6 times 3x, that's 18x. 5 times 10 is 50. Whoops. So here I'm dividing again by 18 to get x equals to 15 out of 18. But we're not done yet. My x value after I simplify is going to be 25 out of 9 when I divide the top and bottom number by 2. So we get 25 out of 9 here. Alright, so let me clear this out and move on to the solution for question 4. So for question 4, I have 6 out of 5 equals to negative 3x out of 8. So right here, I'm going to keep the negative with 3x, and I'm going to do 6 times 8 equals to negative 3x times 5. Alright, now 6 times 8 is 48, and negative 3x times 5, well, that's negative 15x. Now, dividing both sides by negative 15, I'll get negative 48 out of 15 is equal to x. And I can simplify this by dividing by 3 in order to get negative 16 out of 3 equals to x. So x is equal to negative 16 out of 3. Alright, let me clear my screen and we'll move on to question 5. Right here. Alright, so for question 5, I see I have x plus 2 out of 20 equals to x minus 3 out of 10. Here again, I'm going to cross multiply. But don't forget to put parentheses around the numerator since there's more than one term here. So I end up with 10 times x plus 2 in parentheses, because that's the numerator of the left fraction here, equals to 20 times x minus 3 in parentheses, because that's the numerator of the right fraction. So let's apply the distributive law here since we have a multiplication with multiple terms in a parentheses. So this is 10 times x, that's 10x. 10 times 2, that's 20. 20 times x now, we get 20x. And 20 times minus 3, that's minus 60. Next, I'm going to bring my x terms to the right here. And my constant terms, or just my numbers, to the left. So this is going to be 20 plus 60 and 20x minus 10x. I get 80 from 20 plus 60, and 20x minus 10x is 10x. Last step here is to divide by 10. So 10x divided by 10, that's just x. 80 divided by 10, that's 8. X is equal to 8. I'm going to move on to question 6 here. I have x minus 3 out of 5 equals to x plus 2 out of 7. Again, let's cross multiply. So that's 7 times x minus 3 equals to 5 times x plus 2. 7 times x is 7x. 7 times minus 3 is minus 21. 5 times x, 5x. 5 times 2, that's 10. Now, let me move my x terms to the left and my non-x terms to the right. I'm trying to strategize here to move my terms in such a way where I work with positive numbers, because that's just what I prefer. Here I'd have a 10 left over and plus 21. So right here, 7x minus 5x, that's 2x. 10 plus 21 is 31. My answer is going to be 31 out of 2. So let me write that down. So let me clear these solutions here and begin writing these solutions for question 7. So for question 7, I have 2 minus x out of 4 equals to x plus 1 out of 3. Okay, so again, you rewrite the same cross multiplications. That's 3 times 2 minus x equals to 4 times x plus 1. Alright, 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times minus x, that's minus 3x. 4 times x, that's 4x. 4 times 1, that's 4. Alright, I'm moving my x terms to the right this time and my non-x terms to the left. Just so, again, I can work with positive numbers. Whoops, this is x minus 4. And here I'd have 4x plus 3x. 6 minus 4, it's going to be 2. 4x plus 3x, that's going to be 7x. My answer for question 7 is going to be 2 out of 7. So typically I'd rewrite my final answer to x on the left here, just because that's the standard way it's written. Next I'm moving on to question 8 here. I have 2x plus 1 out of 8 equals to 4 minus x out of 6. Again, we cross multiply. 6 times 2x plus 1, and that's equal to 8 times 4 minus x. 6 times 2x plus 1, let's start with 6 times 2x, that's 12x. 6 times 1 is 6. Excuse me. Next we have 8 times 4, which is 32. 8 times minus x is minus 8x. Now I'm moving my x terms to the left. 12x plus 8x. And let me move that 6 to the right. 32 minus 6. Okay, right here I'd have 20x equals to 26. Now I'd get x equals to 26 out of 20. I can simplify by dividing the numerator and denominator by 2. So I'd have 13 out of 10. X is equal to 13 out of 10. Alright, let me clear this out to make space for question 9. Moving on to question 9, it's 2x minus 1 out of 7 minus 3x equals to 3 out of 4. So here I'm taking, first let me write the question number, then we have 4 times 2x minus 1, and this is equal to 3 times 7 minus 3x. Okay, so 4 times 2x first, that's 8x. 4 times minus 1, it's minus 4. 3 times 7, that's 21. 3 times minus 3x, that's minus 9x. Okay, so right here, I'm going to move my x terms to the left and my non-x terms to the right. So here I'd have 8x plus 9x, and I have 21 plus 4. I'm going to get 17x equals to 25. Okay then, my value of x is 25 out of 17. Let's see, that's option C here. Okay, so once we're done with this, let me move on. So we're moving on to our last question here, which is question 10. We have 3x minus 5 out of 1 minus 2x equals to 7 out of 4. Again, I'm going to cross multiply. So that's 4 times 3x minus 5 equals to 7 times 1 minus 2x. 4 times 3x, that's 12x. 4 times minus 5, that's minus 20. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times minus 2x, that's minus 14x. I'm going to move my x terms to the left and my non-x terms to the right. So that's 12x plus 14x and 7 plus 20. Over here, I'm going to get 26x, and on the right, I'm going to get 27. My final answer for question 10 is going to be x is equal to 27 out of 26. Alright, so that's all for day 5. I'll see you on the next day. Bye now.